Brian, my question, when is old media going to figure it out and actually go digital and join new media?
Well, there is a lot of digital going on inside of traditional media. Actually, an important point, and maybe a quibble on the numbers, I'd suggest that in the second quarter, TV advertising, national TV advertising grew by about 2% versus 3% in the prior quarter. If you compare that to all advertising probably grew around 1% this quarter versus 2% the prior quarter. These are not particularly robust numbers, but TV
not for anybody.
No, but TV is still growing faster than the rest of media. Digital media, Facebook in particular, Google, etc., they're mostly taking share from other digital media and from print.
Is this a race to the bottom?
For a lot of them, yes. I think that there's a lot of digital publishers where it's about, it's a choice between bad and worse. You basically can sell your inventory cheap or cheaper.
Is BuzzFeed worth $850 million?
That's a good segue. Yeah, they are part of that trend where you're producing all this tonnage of inventory that isn't necessarily worth a lot to advertisers individually. For the company itself, hard to say that they're worth $850 million, certainly without seeing their financials. That is a remarkable amount of money for a company that did what?
Although triple digits in revenue, what was it, like $100 million in revenue? So it's 8 times sales. That's a lot less.
Sales growing at triple-digit rates.
Can I step in here?
Please.
Because I'm so hip.
I sent this.
LOL, win, OMG, WTF,
oh no.
fail. How am I doing? Am I hip?
Yeah, no, you've got them all right. But scroll down to number 2, please. This is what I want to show you. Brian, the question is cat videos the solution to funding modern journalism? So this is a classic example of what BuzzFeed did. Richard Haas, yesterday from the Council on Foreign Relations, told us he himself loves cat videos. It's obviously wildly popular. But is this the solution to fund serious editorial content? Scroll down. Scroll down.
I have to scroll down?
What? Apocalypse Meow. I think that's the pièce de résistance. Apocalypse Meow. This is a classic BuzzFeed item. It's 13 movies that would be better if they starred cats.
Here we go. This one. This I can. Saturday Night Fever.
All right. It is
so
part of
Matt Ingram this weekend said the Telegraph in London is not doing this.
Yeah.
They're the anti-BuzzFeed.
Everybody's got a different model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that there's a lot of opportunity for journalism to be funded by very viral-based media. Huffington Post obviously did a lot of this first, and BuzzFeed's doing it well. But this is a minority of journalism that's out there, and it's a very small number.
Is it the future?
You mean that are doing this? Vox, Vocative, Vice, Buzz.
The thing about BuzzFeed, though, is that they come up with story ideas from algorithms based on what's popular.
Yeah, but it's not a large share of journalism or of media consumption.
Well, should it be? I mean, is it more entertainment? I mean, let's rename a bunch of movies with cat titles. I mean, it's cute, it's fun. We can
it's content. It's content, nothing more than that.
But okay, does the content generate enough eyeballs to actually make it a viable?
We don't know that, do we?
Well, here's the thing. The business is doing very well on the cat videos. What's the point? Is it just altruism of adding on even a serious journalistic business?
The point is to create a perception of disruption so you get someone to buy the company for more than the investors pay.
Can I rip up the script here and note, Mr. Wieser, that you have been a genius on Facebook?
Oh, thank you.
May I point out that in this horrific correction we're having, Facebook has moved from 75 to 73 and change.
Right.
Resiliency personified. Yeah. At the margin, who is buying Facebook shares right now if everybody owns it?
I think there's still more room to get into it, and I think there's a lot of investors who continue to find all these levers of growth that they're still realizing.
What can BuzzFeed learn from Facebook?
Get bigger, much bigger. There's not much to learn, I think. They use Facebook as a tactic.
Well, maybe also it's targeted. In other words, you look at Yo, right? Yo, as opposed to Twitter, where you just post everything up. Yo goes after you, Yo.
Facebook is truly a one-trick wonder.
Well, Yo may have more to it, but Facebook is 200 times bigger. I mean, to be clear, BuzzFeed is not a material consideration in the grand scheme of things.
Isn't BuzzFeed vulnerable to being overly reliant on social media? 75% of their traffic comes from click-throughs.
Yes. To be clear, they've got a model which is a tactic, right? A very virally driven approach.
Twitter can change the algorithm, and down goes BuzzFeed.
That's a risk, yeah. Demand Media saw that, if you remember. They were doing this work too, and then Google changed the algorithms, and what happened to them?
Where is this in 5 years? I still love getting my morning papers. Of course, Mr. Williams on the cover of the New York. Where is this in 5 years?
The Post will be there so long as Rupert Murdoch wants it to be there. The FT and the Journal have legs because there's people like us here, presumably, who are going to pay for it. The rest of the newspaper population, if you were a weekly or a daily newspaper, you might become a weekly, and there'll be fewer.
In other words, basically, there's room for one one best in class.
Yeah.
And each class is very
So
narrowly
to Olivia's
defined.
point, is BuzzFeed the best in class on cat videos? No, I'm serious.
Someone
There's a
else
market
could come
for
up
it.
with another approach to virally distributed content, algorithmically developed content, and that will be a minority of content consumption.
I'm fascinated by this question. You are the best I know at linking advertising into all this new media.
Yeah.
If you had a 24, 28-year-old kid going, I want to get into advertising because they watched Mad Men,
Right.
which part of that mad world would you get into?
Marketing technology, so like Adobe, Salesforce, Oracle, or
Oracle?
Sure, or the agencies, frankly.
The agencies still have a place.
They are cockroaches, or rather than dinosaurs.
In other words,
will
they
outlast us all.
survive.
They
in spite
survive
of
the
all odds.
apocalypse.
Yeah, right.
Now, the marketing technology guys, the reason to focus on them is that they are focusing on where so much of it's not a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, it's a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Oracle's been very aggressive in investing in a lot of these names.
Yeah.
Salesforce.com, which reports next week, same deal.